still haven't gotten used to that awkward drop off at the beginning, you know? It's just like cutting it off, like just going from this aura filled introduction to just pause, just hit the stop. Not even a stop. It was like a stop, like a lot of pressure behind it when the music just drops off. And I think that's what happens when you hit the lock in that it zone, that do your homework zone, which is like blissful. You're locked in. You don't have nothing on your mind, just a deep breath. Everything kicks in, and all the practice that you've been putting in gets rewarded. And I think that's greatness. That's a level of achievement that everybody should aim towards. And I think that only comes from doing your homework, Chad. Like genuinely deep down, I feel like doing your homework just means put in that little extra effort, because that's what good grades are built upon, right? Like you can do all you want to do to study for the test, but if you haven't held up the bargain on doing homework and doing the simple little things, the day by day things, that makes up for your grade at the end of the semester, right? We should be grading ourselves like we're in fucking Ivy League or some shit, right? And some of you motherfuckers are, but you're not living life, right? Because you've done nothing but just follow everything book by book, letter by letter, because everything in the Ivy League counts, right? Oh my God, did you do 15 extracurriculars after 19 hours a day at school? No? Okay, well, I'm sorry, you can't get in here. Because the harder they make it for the average person to get in, they can justify the blandness of the system. And that's what it is. I think genuinely that's what it is. The blandness of the whole thing, the whole fucking shebang, the bang of the structure of it, right? Like nobody cares if you go to the fucking local JUCO or the fucking Ivy Leagues 30 years down the line. Will they? I don't know. Because I feel like in the last 10 years, 20 years, I didn't realize college was going to be looked at as like your crown achievement. Like people used to, be looked down upon as like, oh, high school was the best years. Now everybody's like kind of graduated. Now they're like, college was my best years. So you still have that same mindset, but you just flip the frame a little bit. Oh, I went to Harvard, I went to Stanford, all these Ferds and Hernans and all kinds of shits, right? That got some kind of beautiful tone to it, right? Cornell, just a solid fucking some MIT. You can just hit them with some kind of oh, you went to MIT, you must be better than me. And I feel like that's the craziest part to look at, because it's nothing crazy. 30 years down the line, sure, it shows that you've built up an academic achievement of a god. Like if you go to MIT and get some technology degree, oh shit, you've spent a lot of time hard working. I get that. But a lot of those dudes I've seen, or just people in general, give up on the other aspect of things. They don't want to be nothing else but just the greatest at school, 4.0 everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dumbass, right? I'm possibly taking into consideration that I might just be a dumbass and I'm over here shitting on them. So fuck it, bro. I'm hating, I guess. If you can't hate from inside of the club, I'm gonna hate from the outside of the club. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, like I told y'all last stream, I'm a top hater, bro. Because at the end of the day, why the fuck do I care about paying 75 grand a semester just so people can think I went to the Ivy Leagues? I've seen motherfuckers bend their back just to go work for somebody that went to community college. Like, it's crazy, right? Which is great, it gives you structure in life, but I feel like they've made it nearly impossible for the average person to get in. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm all right, I'm all right. I think I don't need to have a specific school to go to have that I'm doing great in life. Because I feel like that's how they've divided us. In general, that's how they've divided us. In reality, it gives you a structure that you follow yourself into after college as well. I was a part of this frat, so I'm alpha pi, whatever. I feel like the structure of it, that is what truly bothers me. It's like you go in and say yes to your squad leader, you know. It's like so militant, right? College is very, very militant. To me, I hate that, and that's what takes away from the creativity. And that's why when you go to courthouses, when you go to all these fucking mid-level businesses that run the backbone of the country, why are they so bland? Why do they have no history? Because if it has history behind it, oh shit, it gives people power. Oh, this is where our community came from. But rather, if you just point fingers and be like, oh, this community is racist, destroy the, like, you are destroying your community without building on the history of it, right? Building on the history of, like, sure, bro, some of these fields that are out there in the countryside might have had slaves, sure. We can't just burn every single one of them down because, oh shit, we just burnt down 90% of fucking America? Oh, wow. Of course, I'm being hyperbolic, but the problem is that, can we move on as individuals and as a society to just be like, okay, that was the history, but can you improve on that history? Can we get better? But instead now it's like, oh, worry about this, worry about that. Oh, you don't need to worry. Like, it's just better that we work through it and realize the mistakes. But instead, people just want to say, like all the pretty words, you know, all the political correct words, but don't want to fix those actions. So you see the political environment. I am not a political guy. I'm just a fucking dumbass comedian. So hit the fucking like button, hit the subscribe button, because I'm going on one, bro. It's like a quick little rant, but like I just have been sitting on this, compiling some data mentally, right? It's like, why the fuck are we fighting over crumbs when motherfuckers up there sitting with the bread? Like, the fuck are we doing? Instead, you have to just love one another. And that's what I feel like. That was the one thing I will say about FIFA. The one fucking thing about the World Cup. Dallas never felt so united. The fucking fact that shit was happening in Dallas, bro, I've never felt like a community coming together. Obviously, I kind of stayed to myself. I was working hard as hell. I've been grinding my fucking ass off. Pause. But like half of America's on that vibe, right? 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, without a raise, without a thank you, without nothing, right? So you have to just focus on the little things, and that's just doing your homework and making sure you do day by day what you gotta do to become where you want to become, right? And at the end of the day, that's just as simple as studying a little bit about editing here and there, doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of writing. For me personally, I lack on writing. I need to get to locking in on this stand-up shit, bro. I've been fucking locked in at work, so I haven't really done stand-up as much as I typically would, and I'm not gonna lie. I need it. I need it, bro. And that's why I push the fact that, like, guys, come on, chat. Like, we gotta make sure we fucking find a hobby. Do something that you don't necessarily think you want to be the best at, right? Like, for comedy-wise, I want to be the best at it. But, like I always say, bowling. Like, bowling is just me chilling, having a good time without worrying about, hey, bro, I'm going to be the best bowler. I just enjoy bowling and have a good time doing it. Find something, right? Do something, especially outdoors, like camping or going, like, bowling with friends. You know, you kind of are, like, in a group and you're just enjoying your soul. Sometimes you got to do shit for your soul. And that's the problem. I feel like the blandness of this world has made things to where abnormal, like, simple tasks are too boring to do, because you see more people on their phones, more people doing this or that. But during the FIFA season, it was just so cool to see people just out and about, but they were Europeans. They were all from over there coming and supporting their team. So it was a very interesting mix, but it just was a vibe that I agree with. I fuck with. It's like, bro, you got to be outside more. And I feel like during COVID, that shit kind of got fucking pushed down and suppressed. Like, oh, you shouldn't be out and about. And I feel like people are still recovering for that bullshit. Bovid was like absolute grind time. And I feel like a lot of people discover during that time what they want to do. And that's what I mean by homework. For me, I feel like doing your homework is not necessarily just about school. It's about just bettering yourself. It's about, hey, I'm going to go home and I need to study this. So I'm going to do my homework by studying it, right? People don't study no more. Get you a cold one, a little icy one, and then do your homework. You know? That's as simple as that. I feel like it's not as complicated as motherfuckers make it seem. Truly, I feel like it's not as complicated as it needs to be. Just make life easy. Make it simple. Make it absolute bare bones what you need. Obviously, bro, we have our luxuries, but the fact of the matter is the more we indulge in these luxuries, it only makes it harder for you to plug out, right? Like, it's at the end of the day why I love camping. You have to plug out. You have to just, it's required for you to be in the nature and just be one with the environment. And that's something unique and very privileged, because not everybody gets to do that. But you can go in your yard and do some fucking grass work or something, because I'm trying to get into that. It's a little bit cheaper version of getting acclimated. Some people don't have a yard, whatever. I understand there's a lot of excuses, but there's parks. And that's what I mean by this system itself. There used to be a time, I feel like, when there was parks at every corner, but now there's a fucking 7-Eleven concreted up at every corner. Why is it that you can't find grass in the city for the nearest mile? And if you do find it, it's turf, because nobody wants to take care of the real grass now. Some bars I go to, they used to have like those real candles, like real candles, but they ended up getting them replaced by like fake candles in the back. I'm like, oh, this is outdoor candles. Why do we got fake outdoor candles, bro? It kind of bothered me, because it's like, bro, that shit is real. It's so real, but they had to do some cost cutting shit, I guess. I don't know. And that's what bothersome to me, right? It's like they don't think about longevity no more. And I don't know who they is. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, it feels like our leadership, let's put it that way, our leadership don't care about us no more. And that's why when you see some of these other, smaller party individuals come up, you kind of latch onto them, right? Everybody, bro, I don't know why. Nick Fuentes be on some crazy shit, but people latch onto him, right? Same thing with other radicalist behavior, right? Why does it happen? Because there is a need for this bullshit. And that's the problem. Like, everybody in this economy and in this fucking living situation understands that there is a shortage of money going around to the regular people, and everything is getting expensive. Gasoline is expensive. It's about to be $4 again in Texas, right? So, chat, like, the fucking matter is right in front of you, and that is people can't do anything but complain. And when they do complain, it ends up being like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Just gaslighting at every end. So they end up seeing this guy that obviously has some crazy, like Nick Fuentes has some crazy fucking point of views, but people are like, bro, fuck it. At least he's doing something about it. At least he's saying something about it. And that radicalized more people. But the fucking problem started with our government, our people of leadership that we were supposed to like depend on, don't know what they're doing. And I think I'm starting to understand that the shadow government, the tinfoil hats are on. I'm gonna make one of these. That's gonna be my merch, bro. It's a fucking tinfoil cowboy hat, bro. Tinfoil cowboy hat is gonna be my merch. I swear to God. I feel like this is the issue, man. The people that are supposed to listen to you don't really listen to you. So I start seeing, Alex Stein, obviously that motherfucker is on his own shit, but he's out here in the Dallas local elections, Dallas local politics, because that's the only way you can really express yourself to the government, and like they're not listening to you. And that's crazy, because it's like talking to a brick wall. You're like, there's like a meme about it, right? Like a brick wall just just not replying back. And that's what it feels like sometimes getting involved in this local politics. But at the end of the day, you have to do it, chat. You genuinely have to get into a place in life where you're secure and also like ready to be involved locally. And that's really true. Because if you're not involved locally in your community, you're not going to give a fuck about what's going on in the world, right? You're just going to care about what's going on in your wallet, what's in your wallet. And that's all you're going to be focused on. And that's going to be the issue. Because if that's all you're focused on, the problem becomes is that you don't care about your neighbor. Most of the places I've lived in an apartment, I don't know my neighbors. And that's the thing I feel like is an issue. Because you're living like on top of each other in fucking square rooms. Basically, an apartment is like just a slum, just more modernized. All living on top of each other without having any kind of contact. It's crazy. Some people obviously get to, meet the average, person that they live by, but like not always, right? I don't think I've met any of my old like natives. Sometimes I would just say hello, what's good, but I wasn't like, hey bro, let's party it up. I feel like that used to be a thing back in the day. Your parents used to know their parents, their grandparents, like it had a community effect to it. But I feel like so many people have migrated in different places that it's not really looked on fondly because your house is an investment. And it clearly is evident that we can't get houses of our own, right? Like that's the way economy is going. Because the way we printed in COVID, we realize, hey shit, this is about to be a problem 10 years down the line. Because it's not, bro, like the Great Depression and then what, 1930s, right? It didn't really fucking start till like 1920, right? Like, and 2020 just happened. By like fucking 2030, like I feel like, it's a cyclical cycle. It happens every fucking 100 years that the economy collapses. And I feel like our generation hasn't seen that. So the fact that the government is, bullshitting and printing off so much money, it hasn't really hit us yet. Because it really started in 88 or something, 1970, when we got taken off the gold standard. So America was like, hey, bro, we just came out of World War II. Get the sticky up or get the blicky up. We're about to pop it off. Because motherfuckers was playing around with fucking muskets when America had that bomberoni on them. And they were just like, fuck it, let's get Kobe on them. And that's the problem. That's the whole issue where it started, where we got taken off the gold system because we didn't have enough gold. And what was it? One of the countries asked for their fucking gold back, and America had way more dollars in circulation than there was gold. And that became an issue. And here we are, about 50 years later, ready to pop off again because 2008 happened. But hey, ain't nothing like a twin, right? Like this is about to be a twin bomb. Like it's twin towers all over again, but economically, right? It was crazy that during, the 9/11s, when they blamed this random couple of guys with forklifts and goddamn paper cutters to take over a plane and run it into something. And then all of a sudden, $3 trillion disappeared? Oh shit, must have been an accounting error. I'm sorry. And everybody looked past that. That's fine. But then 2008 happened and everybody lost their money. Oh shit, now it's getting sticky, icky in here. Because it only matters when they lose money. The rich folks, when they lose money, oh shit, now it's our problem, So, and that's the thing. I understand that I'm not struggling like the average folk, like real deep down, bro. Like in Pakistan, if you really think about it, bro, those motherfuckers barely have electricity. The motherfuckers overseas are really struggling. So that's why it becomes hard when as an American, you're like, oh shit, we're not living good. But like we're living great. But that doesn't mean you can't call out the fact that it's a systematic issue. Because of course, if we stop bombing and turning those cities into parking lots, they might be able to survive on their own. But the whole issue is if they become stable enough, oh, they might attack us. So it's like a constant like, what? I don't know where it starts, but it starts somewhere because we keep attacking them just so they don't get stable. And I'm talking any Middle Eastern country keeps getting attacked and keeps getting bombed. Of course, Iran, I think, has been ready for a little while, and they were like, bro, fuck it. We're locked in for right now. We're chilling, bro. Except for that, all the other brown countries, Iraq, Afghanistan, all of them got absolute belt to ass from America. And that's great and all. But let's do something to rebuild. Or is the whole problem that if you help them rebuild, your goy bucks stop coming in? Because everything is built upon one thing and one thing only: these consistent wars, this consistent ongoing battle between countries, that we're not one people, that we're absolute monsters that just want to attack. And I'm not talking about America. I'm just talking about as a fucking human species. Like, we shouldn't be like that, right? We shouldn't just keep going, hey, we gotta attack this country before they attack us. But like, the fucking problem is China realized that 50 years ago. Like they realized the Belt and Road Initiative might have been the greatest plan they ever did. They're shaking hands and being like, listen, we won't attack you, but we will take your land without killing anybody. But we'll make sure you get actual structure in your government, right? That's the reason a lot of those countries over there are linking up with communist motherfuckers. And of course, America's like, fuck it, we're just gonna bomb them. Like, it's only a certain time you get slapped so many times, you're like, bro, fuck it. Like, I might have to just go see with the boy over there with the Glocks. They're passing us Glocks. They might have rifles, but at least we got Glocks now. Like, that's the fucking problem. Like, we've been whooping Middle Eastern ass. America's been whooping Middle Eastern ass since 2000, bro. Since 2000. They've been running 20 years. Like, probably, realistically, fucking since the 80s, but let's say 90s, okay? 90s, America was thriving and striving. Baby boomers literally were probably living soft as hell because their parents did nothing but fuck all day and do nothing but party all night, because they came back from a crazy war that led America to victory, that led America to be the greatest power ever in history. Bro, Rome did not even have this much power like America does across the world, right? Just because of the dollar, just because how much each country depends on each other, right? So the fact of the matter is we have to play ball, because if you don't play ball in this political bullshit, it's all about playing ball. And that's the thing. That only worked when the system was functioning properly and everybody had a equal amount of opportunity, because the functioning thing about the economy was there was enough jobs and there was enough liquidity, which is just money to go around. Right now, the liquidity goes into like holding Airbnb and OpenAI stocks. Like I allegedly, we don't want to. This is all GTA role play, because that's what all of our fucking Bretton Woods system is set upon, right? It's just absolute. Just trust me, bro. I got you. It's a lot of trust me, bros, passed around to them, you know? And I think that's the craziest part. Is at one point these wars stop and our economy just comes to a halt, because 90% of the economy is held up by these 5 or 6 titans of the war industry, because they run the colleges. The colleges need those students. Fall in line and get in the factory, because the factories have changed from cereal factories and absolute just bare minimum building whatever we need to like absolute elite level of you know, conductors. And well, obviously not Thailand, what's the other one? Taiwan has that possibility right now, but America is looking towards getting the manufacturing back over here for all the chips. Because even, bro, look, right now there's a lawsuit going on the, I fucking forgot what it's called, but the lawsuit going on the companies that are holding RAM hostage, right? Like holding all the components for the PC. I was talking about this a couple of streams ago. I've been keeping up with it. They wanted to take away your power to own a computer in a small sense, right? By like, oh, rent this computer, $9.99. Everything is going to a subscription model, because the way they can, you know, rotate you out of the system, it's making you easily replaceable. So if you don't have a computer, you don't do your research, you get home, oh, it's 12 p.m., you didn't pay your bill, so you don't have a computer now. Like, now everything becomes like rent. You know, it's like everything, like if they keep you on this rent cycle, because now you're thinking, oh, I gotta pay rent, I gotta do this. You get stuck in the system. You can't get away from it. You were never taught to be away from the system. So that's why I sometimes feel for the homeless, right? Like there are cities of them now, right? Because in those cities, you realize everything is just about surviving, and you can survive on a very little amount of shit if you are fucking desperate enough. Motherfuckers out here surviving on a candy bar, right? So you realize that a lot of these homeless were not just mentally ill. They got fucked up and did some mistake, and now they're homeless, but they also could be like, bro, I'm enjoying this life better than working 80 hours a week and still not getting enough to pay my rent, because you need $50 a day to live, but I'm only making 40. Shit, I just got a raise, so I'm making 45. I'm getting there, but I'm still getting my neck cut off. Because back in the day, bro, you can get an actual surviving salary without going past high school. High school was it, and then that's it. Now you go $30,000-$40,000 in debt out of college. No matter how much you pay, you're stuck in that debt. You consistently have to work. You're fucked up. And you have to pay that back, so you continue to work, and you've worked 10 years, so why quit now? We keep on, and it's just the hamster in its wheel, and you never get to live life. And that's what it's seeming like more and more with a lot of people's dreams. And it kind of sucks. It kind of hurts, because you're just deep down killing your soul, and sometimes you have to feed the soul. And that's why I feel like I've been really excited to get on stream or get on stage, because it's like I got shit to say sometimes. You know, I just want to get that off my chest and let my nuts hang. And that's the thing, a lot of people are not letting their nuts hang because they've watched others get neutered when they let their nuts hang. That's a problem. That fear get put in you because you watch somebody get crushed for their beliefs. And that shouldn't happen. We should unite together as a community and build something special with your own community, just your local politics, your local city, your local mayor. Get to know each other, get to build in a vibe, because that's what this world is truly about. Is how well do you spend your time for your community? What are you doing to help out? Just, hey, yo, what's good, my boy? I do stand up to entertain my community. Sure, do I bomb time to time and get fucking absolutely booed off stage? Of course, but that's the life of a open mic comic. This is a diary of an open mic comic, and I'm telling you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because at the end of the day, man, I'm living it day by day, and so are you. Except I choose to learn every day, and I choose to get better every day. What do you do? That's the real question. And that's something you got to answer for yourself, chat. Like, realistically, you have to answer that question for yourself. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? That doesn't mean be fake and build a random personality and just be a character. I think you should live to your truest self, and that's what you're wanting to be, is achieve what you want to achieve, and also figure out who you want to be. And that's like, hey, bro, I'm a guy that smokes cigarettes or I don't smoke cigarettes. I like to drink or I don't like to drink. I'm a Gatorade type of guy or I'm a Powerade type of guy. You just figure that out. What's my favorite color? What's my favorite number? I like money or I don't like money, right? It's just a simple thing. Am I a Glock 9 or a Tech 9 type person? Like, it's up to you to figure that out. And I feel like it's hard to figure that out in a bland system like we live in. every time you go to the DMV, you fucking despise it. But that's the community you need to be in. You need to understand your local politics. If you lose your ID, you can't do shit. They make it so hard for you to fucking do shit without your ID, right? Because they need to have it. So they make it impossible. You have to bend the knee to the system to be able to get in. And that's why the immigration shit is getting crazier and crazier, because now they're making it to where, you know, motherfuckers have to lock step or they getting locked in and out of here, bro. Like the fucking fact that you got people with masks on, no ID, no nothing, getting you packed up and packed off over the wall, even though you might have your papers, but why are you carrying them? It's seeming like fucking some SS type shit, you know what I'm saying? They did used to call it ISS, you know? Or OSS, you know, for the bad kids that don't want to pay attention, that don't want to listen and fucking fall in line like robots, right? For those motherfuckers, the system was never made to last. For those people, it was never made to just, you know, hold you down, but it's okay. Because it happens. Everybody sometimes, you know, gives up fighting. Gives up like, just, I don't want to do it no more, bro. And I think that's what God rewards you, is just don't quit. Just don't fucking quit. Keep up and keep going. Just achieve the next milestone one step at a time. Just get through your day and make sure you have a cold one. Because if you don't, it's going to be hard getting through the day. Get you a cold one and make sure you make it to the finish line. And you succeed in what you want to succeed in. And I truly believe that, because anybody can do that. This is America. And this is an American dream. I hope you have a good one. Get you a cold one. And until next time, let's get to it then. Let's get to it then. I need you to be locked in for real. I'm trying to get locked in for real, especially to these comedy shows. You know, I want to get locked into at least doing some stand-up a little bit more. I've just been yelling here and there. But I guess I'm going to see you here and there. Have a good night.